to the mic? No? Okay. We'll play anyway. Good morning. Whew. Let me in. Good morning, Sugar. Good morning, Panina-chan. How are you today? Good morning, everybody. I'm Old Man Sugarheart. Today we're playing more Final Fantasy XIV. This is probably going to be either the conclusion or the beginning of one of my Final Fantasy movies. We are so close to the end of A Realm Reborn. Today, I think we're going to make it all the way to Akh Afah Amphitheatre, which is really... Every time I say that, like, my mind butchers the words. I keep thinking, like, ACK ACK ACK, or Admiral Ackbar Amphibian. It's just, it's hard for me to think of ACK Afah. Hello there. Hi, Vero. You could be better. You're tired and you just can't sleep anymore. Yeah, I'm the opposite. It was a big struggle to wake up. I haven't been getting sleep all these weeks. Friday night's good though. I can sleep on Friday nights. It's allowed. But I did agree to do something with my kids Saturday morning. Never mind. Just constant suffering for Old Man Sugarheart. But I hope you do better. Alright, let's get into it. Listen well, the spy we have been seeking all this time is none other than Flame Marshal Eileen Royale, Raoul Bond's second in command. Prior to joining the Immortal Flame, she was a mercenary of no small renown. They say her skill with a polearm is had to be seen to be believed. Of Ishgardian birth, she is the highest ranked foreigner in the Immortal Flames, barring the Flame General himself, of course. When he formed the Grand Company, Raoul Bond chose people based on their worth, whence they hailed was of no interest. The monetarists saw things differently, however. Having funded the enterprise, they reserved the right to reject candidates nominated for high-ranking positions. And 'twas no secret they did not favor foreigners, Ishgardians especially, after the way the Holy See forsook the alliance. Yet the monetarists did not raise so much as a murmur of protest when Royale was appointed to her post. Passing strange, is it not? Could be that Ivy has some hold over the monetarists? These revelations are secondary to our current position. Of foremost interest to us is Royale's presence here now. As you may be aware, it is the duty of the Flame Marshal to command the Immortal Flames in the absence of the Flame General, while Raban attended the Council of Alliance Leaders. She should have remained in the Hall of Flames. The woman has no business being in Gridania, yet she is here nonetheless on some pretense. She is up to something, mark my words. Even as we speak, I have a dozen men trawling the Flames records for evidence of Royale's guilt. If we can catch her red-handed, we have all the proof we need. Which brings me to the plan. I have people watching the city gates, the airship landing, and the docks, every point of egress. She cannot leave without our knowledge. Hi, kitty. Hop on up. All that remains is to shadow her until she betrays her true purpose. Can I rely on your eyes, Scion? Okay. Hello, kitty. Yeah, my thanks. Let us go, then. And take care not to alert our quarry. First time being here. Nice to see you and hope you enjoy the rest of 2.5. Oh, thank you, Vero. I really appreciate that. I hope you're having a good time. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the end of this. It's gone on a lot longer than I expected it would. Like when you stop to read out every single word out loud, it really does take a while to get through the game. But we're almost there. We're almost to Heavensward. We're really close. Royale is headed in the direction of the Blue Badger Gate. With me, Scion. We debated taking like a month off in between expansions, but Final Fantasy streams do well enough that like I feel like I can just keep this up forever. What do you think, Gilbert? So Royale has entered the Carline Canopy, meeting someone perchance? Or could it be she means to board an airship? Pray look for her within. If she's not on the upper floor, try the landing below. Well, one of mine is stationed there, and she may have seen something. Femi is her name. I shall remain here in case Royale reappears. Roop? Oh, I can't jump the railing? Terrible. This one either. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Old Sugarheart, such an unexpected pleasure. What brings you here? Aha, a social visit, you say? How pleasant. No, she did not come this way. I've noted every passenger and none bore any resemblance. Well, don't let me keep you. You ain't here, bruh. Nowhere to be seen, you say? And you are sure she did not board the airship? She did not come back out either. Where in the seven hell could she have gone? The roost! How could I forget? Greetings, good sir. Might I interest you in some Muntui tonic? A cup of day imbues a man with great vigor. You take my meaning. Perhaps another time, friend. Wait, that necklace. You're a shinobi of Doma. The woman you seek has left Gridania by way of West Shore Pier. She was attired as a merchant, but these eyes are not so easily deceived. You may wish to take your search to the East Shroud. Rest assured that we shall continue to support you from the shadows. I think the 12 for the Domans, were it not for their unique talents, Royale would have disappeared without a trace. I will take the pretty dress, thank you. In flagrante delicto. Is that French or Latin? Our hunt leads us to the East Shroud, Scion. I suggest we follow Royale's example and take the ferry from West Shore Pier. You'll doubtless wish to make certain preparations. See to them while I go on ahead. I shall wait for you at Sweet Bloom Pier. Okay. In flagrante delicto, if I understand the meaning correctly, it's like in the middle of a crime. So let's go do some criming then. Do. Have I taken on other jobs aside from warrior while playing? No. What I'm gonna do is change jobs every expansion. So for all of A Realm Reborn, we've been a warrior, and I'm gonna be like a different type of job for everyone. So like we went tank. For Heaven's Word, we're going to go healer, and then I think we're going to go melee DPS, and then I've got range DPS, magical DPS, or magical range DPS, and then I think we're out of expansions. I'm missing something here. I feel like I am. Take me to Sweet Bloom, please. So yeah, and it's going to be a class that kind of fits the expansion. So the plan for Heaven's Word is we're going to be an astrologian. And then for Stormblood, we're probably going to go ninja. So I might also go samurai. Or monk. But probably ninja. Oh, why not play the title job for the expansions? Because everyone plays the title jobs for expansions. I want to be different. Like, I want to do something that fits, but I also just kind of want to do what feels fun for me. So I'm going to end up doing what feels fun and fits. So, like, somewhere in the middle. This way, my friends. Oh, and I'm going to be Pictomancer for Dawnstar. Just something about the splorching that sounds hilarious to me. Your quarry makes for Hawthorne Hut. If Royale is truly the one we seek, we can expect that she means to make contact with her Garlean masters there. An explanation is in order. You are no doubt aware that the Garleans have their own method of communicating over great distances. Well, our ingenious friends at Garland Ironworks have provided us with devices which can disrupt these communications, and we have installed them around the city-states. In so doing, we have made it difficult for Imperial agents to correspond with their masters. Royale would thus have no choice but to rendezvous with her Imperial contact directly. Yet, as a well-known face in the Immortal Flame, she cannot move about Thanalan without being recognized. It would only be a matter of time before someone saw through her disguise. 'Tis for this reason, I believe, that she has chosen the Black Shroud for her clandestine meeting. The Ellison are a common sight here, and her comings and goings are not like to turn any heads. As my scouts tell it, the Garleans have sent agents with a mind to destroy the devices and render such direct contact unnecessary. Fortunately, our shinobi have thus far been unsuccessful in rebuilding their efforts. This is it. We need only make for Hawthorne's hut and catch Royale in the act. Let's see. That makes sense. You play one of the new jobs introduced for the expansion, so Dancer for Shadowbringer, is it? It is? Well, that's not exactly true either. For example, Reaper or Sage for Endwalker, like, I'm trying to have one of each class in case for, like, some reason I get stuck and need to play a specific role. I want to have, like, one of those on the back burner. That's why I'm starting with Warrior and Astrologian, is because, like, if you've ever needed to switch to a role to, like, get something done in these games, it's been like tank or healer, right? When you just haven't had the luck and you need to rely on yourself, like, those are roles you hop over to. So I do those first. And since I've got healer out of the way, I won't be playing Sage. And if I play Ninja for Stormblood, then I don't want to be melee DPS again for Endwalker. So, like, Endwalker, I think I might go Machinist. Like, physical range DPS. I don't actually know enough about Endwalker to make an informed decision, but maybe it just gets kind of weird around then. Same with Shadowbringers. Like, that was like a window of time when I was just... I blacked out on my Final Fantasy news, so I have no idea what those hold. You're working on leveling all of the classes yourself now for DT. Got about half of them to 100. The rest are still 90-ish. Working on Astro right now. That's a lot of work. At least I assume it's a lot of work. Feels like that would take forever. Must be an expert in every dungeon by now. Right, Yugiri? My people report that our quarry has departed for the Bramble Patch. The ivy returns to the gnarls from whence she came, but perhaps it is all for the better. To convict someone of her standing, we shall require some damning evidence against her. What could be better than to catch her in the act when she meets with her Garlean masters? My countrymen and I shall wait in the shadows. Tread warily, my friends. How much do I remember from my old playthrough? Quite a bit. Like, I'm doing my best not to spoil things for viewers here, but I definitely know how all this goes down. Like, I need some reminders every now and then. Like, a certain character will, like, poke his head up and it might take a quest or two, and then I'm like, oh, it's you. Leveling all the classes is not so bad. You get the armory bonus once you have one class at the level class caps for all the other levels below. So extra XP plus sleep XP and food XP? Interesting. I've never heard of that. Just beyond, Royale is in conversation with an individual clad in the manner of an adventurer, an imperial intermediary, no doubt. This is it, with me. Although I know how this ends, I don't remember quite how this exact moment plays out. Flame Marshal Eileen Royale, you are under arrest for treason and espionage. You are followed, you bloody fool. Damnation. Huh. You're unarmed, my lady, and scarcely garbed for battle, but if you wish to fight, you're welcome to try. What is the meaning of this, Captain? Would you arrest me for strolling in the Twelveswood? When last I woke, that was no crime, and neither was conversing with passing strangers. You would feign ignorance, then. Very well. If you do think of something to say, there will be plenty of time to say it later. Now come quickly, or I shall make you wish you had. I will offer you no struggle, after all. I have naught to hide. I saw that sideways glance. What does it mean? Certain tribal quests you can do daily. The Wondrous Trials Journal weekly. Running roulette dailies. Especially Alliance raids, main scenario, and leveling, and frontline. You can easily do one job from 90 to 100 in about 5 days. If you were really trying to speedrun it. Oh, okay. That is very quick. That is faster than I expected. I do love Wondrous Tales, though. That was one of my favorite parts. I just love gambling, you know? Gambling and leveling at the same time. So much fun. Even a warrior of Royale's renown could not have hoped to escape by force despite her claims. Her surrender does not bespeak innocence, but an awareness that her position is untenable. With the ivy uprooted, it is to be hoped that the tendrils she entwined around the immortal flames will gradually wither and die. Mayhap, then, the people of Old Da will have the grand company they deserve. But let us speak of the present. May I ask, what are you going to do now, Old? I'm going to Disneyland. So the Scions seek a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Then I dare say you're eager to return to the Rising Stones. Pray, do not let me keep you. Fear not. My countrymen and I shall attend to the aftermath. You need not waste your talents here. Oh, and speaking of talents, have you considered training in the art of the shinobi? You have an aptitude for it, I believe. So please give it some thought. Till next time, my friend. I'm excited. Is she the rogue class trainer? Because if she is, it's going to be fun. Especially if we do that for, what is it, Stormblood? Yeah. Stormblood. Like, rogue is like one of the classes I never messed around with. Or ninja. That's another one of my like secret little choices I've made. Speak with Minfilia, who is at the Revenant's Toll. Shrug. But like I've played several classes a lot. And so I'm not planning on playing those classes again. Those classes being like, oh, monk, paladin, what was it, dancer? Those were classes I played on my last playthrough. She's not the rogue trader. That starts in Limsa. Ninja, don't remember who their trainer is. Well, it feels like she hinted that it would be her. So I'll be disappointed if she doesn't at least pop in to say hi once in a while. Been a while since we've been able to do a warrior quest. which we can't do until like the very end of Realm Reborn, or the beginning of Heaven's Ward, depending on how you look at it. Welcome back, Old. I understand that Alpha No had a task for you. May I ask what it was? Charges of treason and espionage against Aline Royale? I can scarce believe it. Could there not have been some manner of misunderstanding? Nah, it avails us not to dwell on it. Whatever the truth may be, we must trust the authorities to uncover it. Let's speak of another matter. I'm pleased to report that we have made progress in our efforts to find a way into Iceheart's sanctum. What is that? Oh, bacon broth. Come to think of it, when was the last time I ate food? Surely I've got something in here. I could eat some fine wax. I could eat some garlic and rubber, or fish soup. That's crafting related. Bacon bread. Good to know all the good food has food in it. I have a weapon coffer. Since when? A dual Haken. I must have come out of Snowcloak, maybe? Are you the Haken? You're a good-looking Haken. But, I don't know, let's scream of the Vortex for a little bit. Sounds like fun. Do I want a bag tip? Sure. There's a good chance I already know it. I just haven't bothered looking at my inventory. Like it just hasn't filled up, so there's no reason to micromanage it. As you may recall, Iceheart used the Aetherite in the depths of Snowcloak to teleport a short distance to the west, most likely to a sanctum of some description. It is there we suspect she means to summon Shiva using the crystal she stole from House Fortemp's caravan. The heretics believe that they are bringing about the second coming of their patron saint, but if, as we suspect, they mean to hold a summoning ritual of some kind employed by the beast tribes, it seems likely that the result will be something more akin to a primal. Suffice it to say, they must be stopped, and stop them we shall. But first, we must surmount the obstacle that Iceheart has placed in our path. Ordinarily, it would be a simple matter to tap into the established Aethernet, and thereby follow our query. However, despite our best efforts, we have been unable to ascertain the position of the Aetherite to which she is teleported. Our prevailing theory is that she destroyed the second Aetherite upon arrival, a reckless, desperate measure, but also an effective one. After discussing the matter at length with Urianger, we have concluded that we lack the expertise to develop a solution, which is why we have called upon the aid of someone who does possess such expertise. A colleague of ours who is currently en route for Revenant's Toll from Charlian. She should be arriving within the hour, in fact. Since you're here, mayhap we could welcome her together. I'm certain she would appreciate the gesture. Let us make our way to the northern gates and await her coming. Okay, so open the character settings, item settings, inventory interface, and change it to open all. Okay. That being the character configuration? You said character settings, so character settings. Inventory settings. Subcommands. Control item settings. Inventory interface. Open all. Why? Oh, that's much prettier. That was a good tip. I didn't know that one. All right, let's sort everything while we can. And that looks much nicer. I've even got a couple minions just lying around in here. And I can't believe I've got 82 Vesper Bay Aetherites. So let you look at all your inventory bags at the same time instead of being paginated. I love it. Like that does look so much better. Whoops. Alright, the northern gate, you say. This guy's looking a little purple today. It's kind of a sweet magenta. I mean, there's benches right there, Minfili. Can we sit down? Minfili is like, I haven't sat down a day in my life. Don't intend to start now. It's true. I don't think you ever see her sitting down. Is that her? She has a nice mustache. You're going to be lurking with me on your second screen while you run your friend through DT content for the first time? That sounds like fun. Have a good time. Thank you for chatting.
Minfilia, am I right?
None other. I bid you welcome to Revenant's Toll, and thank you for traveling so far on such short notice.
As if I could ever say no to Urianger.
Moonbreeder is an accomplished Charlian scholar, and an authority on Aetherite technologies. She has played an invaluable role in our search for a means to capture Ascian souls.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Moonbreeder, yeah. She's cool. She's not my favorite, like, Femro. Like, that's still Merle Weeb. But being a Femro is fun. That's what I was on my last playthrough. And it was fun just being a huge woman. Like, every time you're in a cutscene, everyone's, like, breaking their necks to look up at you. It's great. You love her hair? It is nice hair. I'm always afraid to pull off the half cornrows. Wait, those aren't cornrows. I don't know. That hair's really giving off her bald spots. I thought she had like cornrows on like half her hair and then like the drip on the other side. But it's a nice look. Kind of cyberpunky. Let's return to the Rising Stones at once. We have much to discuss. The story really is going to kick off very fast here. Possibly like the most exciting part of the story that I've encountered. A hairstyle that has braids on one side and long hair on the other is called the Braid and the Bold. Braid and the Bold is the style name. Oh. In-game, or is that the official title IRL? Probably in-game, right? can't stand on your desk. In Ishgard, I can stand on the desks.
Moon! Gods, it's been ages!
Oh, longer, sister.
A joyous reunion indeed.
Well, of course it is. Moon and I are like twin sisters.
You can buy Moon's, or you think it's possible to buy Moon's hairstyle on the market boards? I didn't know there were purchasable hairstyles. It's a shame I already have the best one. God, I look handsome.
Save in appearance and aptitude.
Everyone, if I could have your attention.
Not Moon style, the braid and the bold. Oh, okay.
We have with us an esteemed guest who has come from Jalian to assist us. I bid Moonbreeder join us here that she might share with us her extensive knowledge of Aetherites. Also, as many of you are already aware, she has been overseeing our research into white auracite, a sample of which she has been good enough to bring with her.
Well, I had to come, didn't I? You'd have to be bloody daft to turn your nose up at a chance like this. Where better to conduct my final tests than a land so steeped in ether you can taste it?
'Tis plain the passage of the years hath done little to dampen thy youthful spirits.
You
And
called me
nothing
old?
at all to reform thy youthful manner.
Oriange, where in the hells have you been hiding?
Unhand me.
I come all this way, and that's what you have to say to me. I much preferred when you were pleading with me to drop everything and hurry to your side. What was it you said? None save thee can satisfy this need.
Go on.
Thine artless attempts to misrepresent mine all too innocent motives do thee little credit. Mine intent, as well thou knowest, was but to impress upon thee the gravity of the circumstance. Lest thou doubt, a deiform entity shall shortly be summoned, save if thou and no other grantest my compeers thine aid.
You still haven't found it, then? Your missing aetherite?
We have not. No. We know that Iceheart teleported to an aetherite not far from the first. Yet even after careful analysis, we could not locate the second beacon. We now suspect that the heretics destroyed the second aetherite to impede our pursuit. Our allies continue to scour Snowcloak for Iceheart's sanctuary, but we have no guarantee that they will find it. Yet it must be found, for even now Iceheart prepares to call upon Saint Shiva.
I'm sorry, but if the aetherite's been destroyed, then that's that. Although, you're absolutely sure she used the first aetherite, are you? She didn't just use teleportation magics?
One of our own bore witness to her escape. I can say with absolute certainty that Iceheart used the aetherite.
Yep, she did. Saw it.
In that case, there might be a way, so long as the ethereal current is still flowing.
Truly? How?
We use the current to recreate the beacon. As you know, Etherites are a bit like lighthouses. We use them to reconstitute our physical forms when crossing the ethereal sea. Without them, we'd lose all sense of direction and our essence would dissipate. However, we don't rely solely on these beacons. There are currents of ether which flow between them, currents which help guide us to our destination. Now, these currents will gradually dwindle away to nothing if an Aetherite is destroyed. But if even a sluggish flow remains, we could theoretically use it to direct a surge of concentrated ether towards the void left by the beacon, and thereby fill it up again.
Like opening the floodgates to fill a dry riverbed. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, but would we not need a veritable reservoir of ether?
In concert, we might manage to channel a sufficient volume, yet that is not my chief concern. To direct the flow of so great a volume of ether with the requisite precision would be a nigh impossible task in itself.
I barely succeeded in facilitating travel to an unattuned beacon. That which you describe sounds considerably more difficult.
And dangerous. Every person who has attempted to teleport in this fashion has died in the process. They, however, did not have wide aura sight at their disposal. I can use it to channel all the ether you can give me into the Aetherite. However, white aura sight cannot retain ether for an extended period of time, so we would need to infuse it immediately beforehand. Just so you know, I'd confidently give this plan better than even odds of success. And if the worst comes to worst, your people won't suffer.
Though it risked the lives of our best and brightest, we have not the time to seek other options. If the ethereal current still flows, we shall carry out Moonbreeder's plan.
That's the spirit. Let's roll the dice.
Yep. Although, hear me out. We let them summon the primal, and then we just walk towards the 900-foot woman. That way, we don't have to load me into a cannon and shoot me into danger. Huh? Good morning, Ada Kalis. How are you today? I hope you're good. I've already informed Alphino of our plan to recreate the beacon in the manner Moonbreeda described. He agreed that despite the inherent danger, it represents our only hope of success. He also said that he wished to meet with you at Snowcloak before proceeding. I expect you'll find him there waiting for you when you arrive. I want you to know that I appreciate everything you've done on our behalf, Old, and I have faith that you will return to us as you always have. Yeah, sure. Would be a terrible gaming experience if I didn't. This maneuver carries risks of almost certain death. I'm like, I think not. I am paying a subscription fee after all. Alright, Korthus. Neurom. Whee! I miss the snow. It's really fun to go from the snow to Gridania. It really makes Gridania feel a lot more green. As much as I love the snow. What are you? Steropes. Or Steropes. If you're the heathen. That reminds me. I was looking for books for my son and I found graphic novels of the Iliad and the Odyssey, and also the Aeneid. They all sounded like fun purchases. I ended up going with, what did I go with? I got him The Hobbit in graphic novel form. I really hope he likes it. I'd love to like get him into Lord of the Rings. Because I've met some really cool people who are just super knowledgeable about the Lord of the Rings. And I feel like if I drop him into it graphic novel style, I can trick him into like loving the lore, and then he'll read the books. You don't like being anywhere there is snow? You already feel cold in your house, the snow makes it way worse? Oh, I'm the opposite. The snow makes me feel so comfortable. Like, if my house is buried in snow, I like look out the window and I see no cars coming, the street's not plowed. It's just like this cozy blanket that means nobody can come bother me. I can live in my social anxiety in peace. It's so cozy. No one expects me to go anywhere. No one expects me to do anything. And I don't have to expect those things of them either. So good. Introvert heaven, right? So good. Love the snow. One of my favorite Christmas memories was when I lived in like a ratty downtown apartment in a college town. I remember like one Christmas day, it had snowed very, very deeply, and I like walked out on my like apartment porch, and I like gazed over all of downtown, and it was just so empty, and like there was snow everywhere, and no one had bothered to plow it, and like it was just it was peaceful. It was as empty as the town had ever been. It was so nice. And that was a Christmas I spent alone too. It was really nice, just kind of sipping hot cocoa. I was probably playing XCOM at the time. Just like cozy in my apartment in hoodie and sweatpants. Living my life. It was great. Rain with low rumble thunder is your comfort weather. Haven't experienced enough snow to say whether or yes or no, but you do also love the cold. Yeah. I love a good storm too. Good to see you, old. I was starting to wonder if you were having second thoughts. Captain Ilbert sends his regards, by the way. He attends to the interrogation of Aline Royale in Olda even as we speak. I shall not distract you from the matter of hand. We can discuss the Ivy upon your return. I trust that, by which I mean to say that the others are waiting for us at the Aetheryte. After you, Scion. Okay. Hi, kitty. Come say hi to Ada. And Panina. And possibly Vero, if she's still hanging around. No? Alright, kitty. You do you. Just bite me less. There, it's ready. Haha, it worked, I think. Try attuning to the Aetheryte now. Feel the current and try to locate the beacon. Okay. I'm petting the kitten on your behalf, Ada. We've done all we can, old. For now, let us withdraw. When your preparations are complete, you must seek out the beacon we've created. If, by the grace of the 12, you arrive safely, you must stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva. Thank you. You miss your sassy cat? He was the best cat. Had him for 15 years before he died. He was 17. How long have I had you, kitty? 13 or 14 years now? And he's, you know, probably about 14 years old. But hey, 17 is a good long life for a kitty. This has been like the most interesting cat I've ever had. He's super social. He likes to sit on the lap. He bites and scratch. Well, he doesn't scratch. He slaps. But he's a friendly kitty. I tried to give him a bath once and he clawed the hell out of me. Like violently clawed the hell out of me. So now whenever he like bites me and slaps me, I'm like, I can tell you're not trying to hurt me. What is with the love bites and slaps? Because this kitty's got claws. He can draw blood if he really, really wants to. And he's never really wanted to since the bath. We cannot ignore the possibility that our actions have alerted Iceheart to our plans. Should that be the case, she may have attempted to hasten the completion of the summoning ritual. And if she succeeds, you will have little choice but to face Shiva in battle. Knowing little of this saint, I cannot say if your own strength will suffice, and would encourage you to call upon our allies. You may have some reservations about wagering their lives on the success of Moonbreeda's experiment, but others will surely agree that desperate times call for desperate measures. Oh, before you assemble your party, pray speak with that knight. I believe he has a message for you from Sir Amiric. Sup? Sir Amiric regrets that he could not be here in person and asks that I read you this letter. Ishgard faces an unprecedented threat, yet in our hour of need it is not her knights who stand poised to defend her. Old Sugarheart, the warrior of light, savior of Eorzea. Your deeds this day shall not be forgotten. Where others would flee, you choose to remain. Where others would falter, you rise to the challenge. Where others would use their gifts for selfish ends, you wield yours in service to a greater cause. May Halone bless you with good fortune and see you safely home. Boop-a-doo. Alright. I haven't done any combat in like a week. Nope, that's Snowcloak. We'll just queue up immediately. I don't expect that to work. So, we're gonna make our way to another data center while queued up. Am I gonna do a trust duty? What's a trust duty? I'm gonna do the duty. Oh no. I think I need to go to a main aetherite to change data centers, if I remember. You can come with me? Neat. Visit another world server. Where would I queue immediately? Ah. Where's my duty? Duty finder? There's a withdrawal. You moved to my data center. I would not move to Dynamis. From what I've read on the internet after like being stuck in a couple of queues for over an hour, that the Dynamis data center server. Oh, hey Ada. Oh, you look lovely. What weapon is that? Are we friends? We should be friends. Player is already friend and has been sent a request. Okay. Alright. It's only temporary. We are now. You can come help too, Thanatos Arya? If I'd like? Yeah. Everyone's welcome to join. We should go to a different world. I have no idea which world we go to. Oh, Kraken sounds fun. Is this just how I do it? Alright, I think I have to leave the party. Also, nice outfit. Alright, we're gonna head to Kraken. Get kicked. Whoop! All right. You recall world doesn't matter. If you queue in Dynamis, it'll search for the party regardless of world. Oh. So do I need to change data centers? Is that something I can do? I feel like I don't have an actual choice. Yeah, probably you need to log out for that, though? Oof. Alright. We'll do a real brief Google check here. Let's see. Switch. Data centers. On FXIV. Yeah, I do have to log out for that. Good call. Oh, thank you. That's what Ada is saying in chat too. All right. Then that is what we will do. Sorry to kick you again. Log out. Whoop. So you go to the character select. What center are we going to? That's the thing. I don't know the names of them off the top of my head. Is play X here. Visit another data center? Unable to visit another data center. What? Oh, almost deleted character. Must first log out from your homeworld. Well... Okay. So I have to head back to my home. And then I log out. And then I go to a different data center. You recommend Primal. Okay, we're going to Primal. It's gonna be hop, skippy, jump, Hyperion on Primal is the plan. And I like that this is kind of like a tutorial for other people who may have like long queue times. Okay, visit another data center. Select world. Primal. Hyperion. Eh? Old Sugarheart will now be transported to Hyperion. Okay. I've never done this. I guess we can meet at Limsa. Sounds good to me. It took, what, 20 seconds? All right. I see Ada. She is disappearing. She abandoned me. That's fine. That's fine. He'll be right back. That's fine. Are you Thanatos there? Sayana Quali? I'm just going to assume you are. Oh, thank God, you're another tank. It's like one of the highest points of my anxiety is being like the only tank who should know what to do. Alright. First of all, that's amazing glamours you've got on. You look great. Okay, so Duty Finder. Join? Is this all I need to do? Okay, we're going. Had something to do in Golden Saucer, don't we all? Wow, that was an instant queue. I feel great. Oh, sorry everybody. Cutscenes.
You should never have come here, warrior of light. I labor only to forge a lasting peace. A peace you would deny us out of ignorance and blind faith. No matter. If it is our fate to be at odds, then it is mine to strike you down. We whom gods and men have forsaken shall be the instruments of our own deliverance. Partake of my flesh. Fill this vessel with your light. Walk amongst your brothers and sisters once more. Oh, Saint Shiva, still the hatred within our hearts and bless us with eternal grace.
I love that speech. We're about to hear one of my favorite songs that I've ever heard in Final Fantasy. All right. I guess the song doesn't happen till phase 2. Or maybe I'm in streamer mode and it's not going to happen at all. I think this is when it kicks off. She dead? Barely got to listen to the song at all. Oblivion is such a banger. Oblivion is great. To anybody who isn't familiar with it, I'd queue that up on YouTube sometime. Or try to get the Shiva mount that plays it in-game. Alright. I gotta give my commendations. Apparently it's going to the Pictomancer. Good job, Pictomancing. Can't commend my own party? Woo! Thank you, Sayana, aka Thanatos. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate you too, Ada Kalis. So many good bangers. This game has a great soundtrack. It's one of the best.
Fool. Blind, bloody fool. You, of all people, should understand the suffering war begets. That no sacrifice is too great if it brings an end to the violence. Mine is the righteous cause. You fight in a war you do not understand. A pawn of liars and schemers. And they are no less ignorant than you, following the creed of their fathers without question, never thinking to ask why. trapped in a delusion of their own creation and blind to the truth. Warrior of Light, redemption is not beyond us. We who walk before may lead those who walk after. Seek the Keeper of the Lake. See with eyes unclouded. Do not squander a mother's gift. Hear, feel, think.
Yeah, I've heard that before. You guys again.
And so the vessel withdraws, a predictable outcome. Nevertheless, La Habrea will be pleased.
Yes.
How unfortunate.
Whew. I gotta thank you guys again. That really relieves the social anxiety. Knowing that, like, I've got good viewers filling key roles. Like, it takes a lot of pressure off of me because I'm worried if I'm the tank who knows the most, which, you know, I almost never am, that, like, I'm just going to destroy us all. Part of the reason why I go tank and healer early on in the game, because, like, the earliest dungeons are the ones that are the most difficult to fail. But, like, just having you two here really took the pressure off and kind of eliminated the social anxiety just for a moment. How do I get out of a party? There we go. Alright, thank you again, and I will catch you later. Wait, hang on. Can I... Yes. I send Thanatos a friend request. Maybe we'll see you again. Oh, I'm on controller? I am on controller. I know it's weird. Like... it is very weird to play an MMO with controller, but the controller support in Final Fantasy XIV, after you set it up initially, really goes well. You would if you weren't working on Friday mornings? Yeah, that's a bummer. I appreciate that too, Duncan McLeod. Hey, Beth McLeod recently subscribed to me on YouTube. Is she related? Next time you can click the down on the D-pad and click the left face button on your controller. Ah, pro tips. Of course, if you ever need any help, feel free to holler. I'll always be down to help someone in need. Oh, you guys are the kindest. This is why the Final Fantasy community is the best community. Anytime you need a hand, you're welcome. Yep, thank you. Check your friends list for me. Ask if I have time to help. You usually do, unless it's close to work time. Nice. Nope, Beth is not related to Duncan. Mystery solved. Oh, that was going to bother me forever. Yeah, if you happen to be doing a Crystal Tower around the holidays, you would do it then? There's a good chance. Like, that's required to go to Heavensward, I think. Is it not? How much time do we have before we're gonna be really close to Heaven's Ward by the New Year's. Oh, I've got a friend request. Yes, accepted. I've got friends. By the 12, you're alive. I mean, of course you're alive. Why wouldn't you be? Hey, now. Iceheart did what? And you're certain about that, are you? Dravanians are skilled with glamours, after all. Look, if you say that's what you saw, I believe you. It's just that I've never heard of a primal being summoned like that before. Are you sure you're not injured? Head trauma is known to cause hallucinations, you see? No? Okay, fair enough. I was only asking. They made it required sometime in Shadowbringers. It became too important to the later story, right? Because there's that guy, I think his name's Graha. I think he's involved at the story at some point. Oh, and then there's that other guy. Nero? I want to say his name is. You ask me, there's not to be gained from mulling over the implications of your story in the freezing cold. Let's save it for the Rising Stones, eh? I'll get everyone to meet us there. But before that, you'd better pay a visit to White Brim Front and speak with Alphino. He's probably worried sick about you. That or he's busy playing politics with the Ishgardians. Either way, I'm sure he'll be delighted to see you hale and healthy. Speaking of which, you don't have a headache or anything, do you? No? Blurred vision? Oh, no reason. See you again soon. I like her. She is cool. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We are going to... I don't know, do we stay Traveler and I go back to my world on my own time? That's probably the thing to do. We'll just be foreigners here in Korthus. So Primal Hyperion, that's where the cool people hang out, I hear? Nero, the best love story involves Nero? Oh. I'm excited to discover what you could possibly mean by that. But yes, between Nero and himself. That sounds good too. There he is, and none the worse for wear. Was there ever any doubt that the Warrior of Light would succeed? I think I speak for us all when I say I should like nothing more than to hear the stirring tale of your victory, if you would be so kind. Then we were too late to prevent the summoning, but not too late to prevent further loss of life, an outcome worthy of celebration, and one for which we have old to thank. Yes, you're right, of course, Sir Amaric. We should be content with what we have accomplished. I, for one, could not have wished for a better outcome. Shiva is no longer a threat, and the heretics have been routed. Aye, there is the matter of Iceheart's escape, but she cannot run forever. Whether it takes days, weeks, moons, or even years, my knights will find her. In the meantime, Lord Drillamont, is the caravan ready? The supplies that your men recovered have been prepared for transport, in accordance with your wishes. Rest assured that my knights will see them safely to Revenant's Toll. Of that I have no doubt. I take it these self-same supplies the heretics stole from the House of Fortemps. These are the self-same supplies the heretics stole from the House Fortemps caravan? Lest the crystal which compromised the bulk of the shipment, yes. Scarcely a fraction of which was promised. But a meaningful contribution to your cause all the same. Oh, and on an unrelated note, Old, might I trouble you to accompany me to Camp Dragonhead at your earliest convenience? 'Tis not for my benefit. A certain lord was most distressed when he learned of your intent to risk life and limb to stop Iceheart. It took half a dozen knights to restrain him, I'm told. Oh, okay. Men give vent to their anxieties in a myriad of ways. Pray do not think less of him. Wait, was he angry or excited? I guess anxious. It took men life and limb to stop him. Sounds like Horseface. Horseface? Is Horseface another spoiler? For the record, in the stream, if I identify something as a spoiler, I'll try not to say it out loud. But, like, I won't hold it against anyone who spoils the story for me personally. Like, that's kind of the risk I take when being a streamer. I understand it, and people are probably just excited. For example, like the Nero love story thing. Like, I don't know if that would be a spoiler or considered a spoiler. But if it was a good one, I would, and I knew it, I would not have shared it. Problem is, like, everything's going to be a surprise to me, at least up until halfway through Stormblood. And a lot of this stuff, it's taking me a while to remember. Oh, it's a silly way of saying Horshaphant's name. Yeah, Horshaphant. Reminds me of Pope I'm going to say it wrong. Boniface. Like, I never know how to say his name. Like, it's... I want to say Boniface because he's Italian. But, like... is his name Pope Boneface? Because it's one of the coolest names I've ever heard in my life, if it is. Boniface? Boniface? Great name. Hope you're enjoying myself. I am. I'm having a great time. Honestly, I'm getting more and more excited the farther we get in. What were you thinking, Old? Wagering your very being on a dubious theory which might allow you to enter Iceheart's lair, knowing full well that she could have sufficient forewarning to complete her ritual to summon Shiva anyway? And then engaging the abomination in mortal combat? By the fury, Old. 'Tis the stuff of ballads, a battle for the ages. Would that I had been there to fight by your side. Yet I was forced to wait, condemned to wonder the fate of a dear friend for a veritable eternity. I would not wish such torture on my most hated enemy. But here you are now, and that is what truly matters. Let us move on. Hersheyfont is how I pronounce it most of the time. I think I go Horshafant. You know, a lovely French. Although I think the French are mostly in Gridania. Like, the pronunciation is all over the place. Sir Amaric would wish to have words with you and Master Alpahinaud in private. He awaits us in the intercessory. This game always tries to get me with the pronunciations. It's all like, say the word acquiescence, I dare you. This guy's name is House Fortemps Guard. What a convenient name. It's like being named Butler. Greetings, sir. I shall show you in at once. Alphanod is how I used to pronounce Alphano. Yeah, like, that's how I pronounced it too, until like I heard a character say his name out loud. It really threw me off.
On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, allow me to express my deepest thanks. Never before have we been required to contend with a primal. Indeed, there were fears in some quarters that our knights might not be equal to the task. From what we have now learned of these beings, I can say with certainty that we would have lost a great many men had the Scions not intervened.
Then the argument for preemptive action should be self-evident. Perchance now you will reconsider my proposal that Ishgard move against Nautalon.
Ere we first met, a similar proposal was tabled, but the Holy See decreed that we were to observe, and that military action should be taken only in self-defense. All things considered, it was not an unreasonable decision. Since the calamity, 2 vigils have fallen to the Horde, while Garuda has never shown any inclination to storm the gates of judgment. Which is why this unprecedented crisis and its resolution may prompt a change in policy. You who have faced these primals know well the threat they pose. Ishgard did not. Not until now. And there is naught like a brush with death to change a man's outlook.
At the very least, this should silence any lingering objections to our arrangement with Revenant's Toll. The Holy See may even feel moved to grant us its formal endorsement.
So far as it is possible, the Scions shall be compensated for their service.
We should be grateful for any aid you can provide.
As a gesture of good faith, I shall withdraw my previous request. Your people are doubtless needed elsewhere.
That will not be necessary. We, too, have a vested interest in watching Dravania's movements.
I see. Once more, I must thank you.
Sir Emmerich, if I may, do you truly believe that Midgard-Zomer could return?
See, like, take that word for example. Somer. Midgard-Somer. Like, there's a lot of extra R's in there. Midgard-Stormir. We're going to mispronunciate
The heavens
everything.
are a window unto truth, but those who interpret their movements are not infallible.
But of course, you sought an excuse to compensate us from the first, mindful of what would happen if Revenant's Toll were taken by your enemies. Ishgard is not wont to aid its neighbors, but that does not preclude it from manipulating them to serve its own interests.
Calm down, dang.
Choose your next words carefully.
Do you know what sort of man becomes Lord Commander of the Temple Knights? One who comes from good stock. I did not. Yet here I am now. Why do you suppose that is? Because I swiftly learnt to tell the difference between words, deeds, and beliefs. You are correct, Master Leveilleur. Ishgard desires to see Revenant's Toll flourish, as it would present a troublesome obstacle to our enemies from the south.
We are so glad to be of use to you.
As we are to you. Ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement, lest we forget, one born of necessity. The dragons grow more restless by the day, and the heretics harry us nigh without cease. We have contended with such troubles for centuries, but there are limits to even our endurance. Yet as a pauper is loath to part with his meager possessions, the leaders of Ishgard are not wont to render up their trust to outsiders. But with perseverance on our part, they may yet be made to see the light. Nevertheless, one must take care when walking the road less traveled.
Wise words, Sir Emmerich. I shall make a point to remember them. I must apologize for my earlier outburst. I hope it will not sour our good relations.
Not at all. You but spoke from the heart. I trust you understand that at times my duties may prevent me from meeting with you. On such occasions, my second-in-command will speak for me.
Lucia, at your service. Pray excuse our reticence. We are but wary of speaking too freely, lest our sentiments be made known to our enemies. Know that the Lord Commander and I are of one mind. For the sake of Ishgard, and of Eorzea at large, I pray our peoples can put aside their differences. Those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future.
Should aught befall one of our shipments, pray inform Lucia immediately. You may also relay to her any words you might have for me alone.
Did you see that averted gaze? She has a crush on us.
Not being of Ishgardian birth, she owes no allegiance to any noble house, making her as near to incorruptible as one can find in my homeland. Suffice it to say, I trust her completely, and so may you. Which reminds me, Lord Orchefort, if you would be so kind.
Certainly.
In times such as these, trust is ever in short supply. Mayhap this will go some way to rectify the problem. The results of our investigation into the heretics' recent attacks, as well as our interrogation of the merchant you detained.
Sir Emmerich, I cannot thank you enough.
Think nothing of it. Ishgard may be many things, but it is no friend to Garlemald.
Did I not tell you to have faith, my friend?
Whew. Let's see. Yeah, I still got time. I overslept yesterday and like my stream was so short it felt like it went by in a blink. I'm really happy that this one feels longer, even though it's only going to be like 2 hours. It would seem we have much to discuss with our friends at the Rising Stones. If what you say is true, Iceheart's method of summoning Shiva defies all precedent. It necessitates a complete reappraisal of the primal threat and of our approach to combating it. Moreover, there are grave ramifications if the word of this incident reaches Imperial ears. The Garlean Empire believes that primals are an insufferable menace, that their mere existence is a threat to this very star. And as such, they deem any action taken against the beast tribes to be justified by default. Imagine then, if it became known that it was not only the beast tribes of Eorzea that could summon primals, but our civilized people as well. Any lingering objections to the Eorzean campaign would vanish overnight. Where before we had to contend with a single Imperial Legion, we could well find ourselves facing the combined might of all Garlemald. But I speak unadvisedly. Come, old. It is better we continue this conversation in Mordona. You Mordona say? The French names, British voice work? Yeah. I mean, like, I wonder if there's data to back up that, like, British voice work just performs better in most circumstances. Like, maybe people struggle with French accents. I know I don't. I always appreciate, like, a good accent in a video game. We recently played Visions of Mana, and the accents were there, but they were just awful. But, like, I love a good French accent, or a German accent, or a Scottish accent. Ooh, Aussie accents. Those are good accents too. But what I really want to see is, like, a good, like, Minnesotan accent, just out of nowhere, somewhere in one of these games. Because I can't think of a single game with a good Minnesotan accent. You keep pronouncing four temps as four temps. Wait, is that Fortin? Fortin.
Words cannot well express how glad I am to see you return to us hale and whole.
That is to say, I also call it four temps, if you couldn't tell.
Needless to say, I am most eager to hear your account of that which occurred in Curthis, assuming you're ready to speak of it. Excellent. I shall summon the others at once. Iceheart used her own body as a vessel for a primal soul?
Master Louisoix's writings make no mention of such a possibility. Can we be certain this entity was a primal?
As certain as we can be that good King Mogglmog XII was a primal, I should think. Both were ostensibly summoned.
Let's not quibble over definitions. Of more concern is the implication that Iceheart retained her will, even after she was possessed. We are talking about a mortal, wielding the power of a primal.
It can't possibly be that easy, can it? There must be some sort of sacrifice required. Or maybe she's just special?
What qualities this woman possesseth, I know not, but full sure am I that she was groomed for this role. Few are privy to the secrets of summoning, and but a single party standeth to profit from their dissemination.
Well, I wouldn't presume to comment on how the lass came to know about summoning, but I will say that what she summoned was a primal. The readings were the same, or near as damn it. Strange as it all sounds, it's really no different from what you've faced before.
Then mayhap it is time that we re-examined our previous encounters.
Pack your things, Ida. We're going back to Gridania.
Yes, sir.
About Iceheart's final words to you. Hear, feel, think. Hydaelyn speaks to her as well. If Iceheart is blessed with the power of the Echo, she will doubtless have used it to further her goals. Or could it be that it was a revelation granted her by the Echo which first set her on this path? Do you think she has knowledge of the origins of the Ishgardian-Dravanian War? It would do much to explain her unwavering conviction.
Did not the Lady Iceheart implore thee to seek the Keeper of the Lake? And did she not imply that in so doing thou wouldst come to see with eyes unclouded?
Midgard-Zoma was a king amongst kings who reigned for centuries on end. But he is dead and his wisdom lost to the ages. Unless the Ishgardians' fears are well-founded. It would seem we have yet another reason to stand watch over the Keeper of the Lake. For a mercy, we are well positioned to do so. Iceheart, Shiva, Ascians, and Midgard Zoma. I shudder to think how they're all connected.
If you are about to do the Keeper of the Lake dungeon, you can join. I don't think we're going to make it there today. Like, there's usually some distance in between trials and dungeons. But if it is a dungeon, I'm still going to do those with NPCs. I think we're only going to squad up for the trials. At least to begin with. Like with the dungeons, I like to run NPCs so like we can take our time, see all the mechanics, visit every corner. Like really explore and enjoy the dungeon. Trials, however, like it's just like a big boss fight filled with anxiety, and I appreciate the additional squatting up. Like maybe if we lost a dungeon like 4 times in a row, would probably squat up at that point. I'm like, I need help. Save me, all you warriors of light. But for now, we've got about 10 minutes before I gotta get the kids to school. And so, we're gonna keep going. Whoop. I mean to search the annals for knowledge of Midgard Zomir. Given his great age, I dare say he appears in more than a few. Huh? Do you hear that? The commotion outside. Would you see if aught is amiss? Or a mister? What up? Old, 'tis well that you're on hand. We have a problem. Royale has escaped. It happened shortly after the Immortal Flames took her into custody. She had been placed in a dungeon cell ahead of her coming trial, but apparently the accommodations were not to her liking. The turnkey was found slain along with 2 guards. 'Tis plain she received inside help. Citizens report seeing Royale quitting the city via the Gate of Nald with a bloodied spear in hand. She makes for the Castra Meridianum. I'm certain of it. With her fate and Eorzea as good as sealed, what recourse has she but to flee to her imperial masters? Even as we speak, Captain Ilberd and the First are hot upon her Royale's heels. Pray make haste to Camp Blue Fog to join the hunt. Have I been calling it Blue Frog this entire time? And can I continue to do so? Because Blue Frog is a much cooler name for a camp. The only American accents in this game are in Dawn Trail, and they're all mildly southern. That sounds fun. I mean, I'd prefer a variety, but, you know, I'll take some southern... Blue Frog. That's where we're going. I'd prefer some, like, variety. There's so many American accents. Really into Brooklyn accents as of late. You love how much information we learn about the primals over the course of the entire series up to current? Yeah. I'm going to forget 90% of it. I might have to start like listening to like story recap videos at some point. My thanks for coming, Scion. I've spoken with the soldiers here. They say that Royale walked through the camp not a bell ago. Aye, she walked right through. He did not miss here. We have Bond's decision to keep the matter secret to thank for that. Bad for morale, he said. As a result, not a single flame in the garrison made any attempt to detain her. And so here we are. Royale must not be allowed to reach Castra Meridianum. I mean, I feel like one thing like a trader should do like right away is attune to like the aetheryte of your home country. Like set that as your home point. You're ever in trouble, just bloop. Beat cyanide pills, right? Like, can you not just teleport to your home point out of any prison? There's probably a story reason for that. This wretch was with Royale. He threw himself at us as that his mistress might escape. She didn't even blink when we cut him down, not even when he started screaming. No loyalty to even to her own, the God's damn harpy. With me, Scion, we almost have her. Ilberd really hit me with the Hawk Tua. Is it weird that I forgot how to fight? There's so much story in this game, like, it's not weird to, like, go half an hour without, like, swinging your weapon. Like, the first time we fought this stream was in the middle of a trial. And luckily AoEs didn't, like, come up very often, but, like, I did them with muscle memory. Here I tried to do it while thinking, and it just didn't work. Trying to get their attention. Let's see. Defeat her and the Imperial allies. I see nothing about keeping everybody alive. Although it's probably the thing to do. Not that I've got any risk of loss here. Just saying's all. Kicked. Let's hit her with the big slash twice. Oh hey, are you staying capped off so I can't defeat you? Alright. We'll defeat this guy first. I get it. There's a lot of dudes in here. Oop. Now's not the time to summon a chocobo. Hey, it's Yugiri. Doing weird ninja stuff. Heading off to sleep. Good luck. Have a good day, you too. There we go, and she just collapses the second like the last enemy goes down. Bind her and do it tight. Yes, sir. Hi, kitty. You want to speak into the mic? He heard the alarm, now he knows it's breakfast time. Good work, men. She and her Imperial cronies pushed us close, but we were better. Behold, a respected officer of the Immortal Flames. People looked up to you as one of the Order's founding members, one of its pillars. It saddens me to see you fallen so low. What do you know of love? Sorry, I had no idea how to translate snort. You got what you got. You, a spoiled little lordling who has never known any want. People such as you take your wealth and birth for granted. You think it's God's given right to rule over others. You know not of our plight, the injustice that we low-born Ishgardians must endure. To the noble lords and ladies, we're not people, but resources to be consumed. I did what I had to do to survive, stealing, killing, even whoring myself. It is no fault of mine if fools imagined me a paragon when I joined the Flames. To hear you tell it, one would think you were the only person to ever have suffered. In case you've forgotten, Raban himself was born into poverty, as was I. We lived hand to mouth, with little more than our shirts on our backs. Hunger was our constant companion. Yet never did we bemoan our lot in life, nor did we begrudge others their fortunes. We accepted that hand we'd been dealt and played it to the best of our ability. Life was a battle, aye, but no matter what fate threw at us, we took it on the chin and came back for more. Everything we have, we fought for. How are we any different then? 'Tis true that we were born mercenaries of lowly birth, and 'tis true we both had our fair share of struggles. But whereas I sold my sword, you, Marshal, you sold your comrades. Life has taught me one thing, is that you never betray your own. Would sooner cut off my own arm than raise a hand against a friend. But enough talk. You will return to Ul'dah to face justice and the people whose trust you have dragged through the gutter. Not so much as a hint of remorse. 'Tis well that this sordid business is finally at an end. A friend's betrayal cuts deeper than steel. Must hope that we have chosen our own allies more wisely than Raban chose his.
I have heard. Truly bothersome business. No, I do not foresee a problem on that front. The main concern is Raban. There is no telling what the brute might do. Have the Blades watch him in the flames day and night. You may leave the Sultana to me. I shall personally attend her grace. Sever one of the East Aldenard trade routes. That ought to keep Lolorito occupied for a while. Nanamo Ulnamo. For my sake, Pray be a good little sultana to the last.
Ominous. All right, everybody. I have to go get the kids to school. Me and my cat, thank you. I had a great time. It was fun. And honestly, like, that was one of the least anxious I've felt during a trial. Even though there's no chance of loss, it was really nice queuing up with viewers. Like, that was kind of a huge relief, and I really do appreciate it. Because, like, a viewer, like, gets me. Like, if I lose a trial and nobody knows who I am or what my deal is, or, like, I mean, like, there's a sprout pasted on my forehead so everyone knows, but still, it feels really good to that you guys have my back sometimes. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I had a great time. If you're on Twitch, stick around and we will raid probably Sandra if she's up and doing her Final Fantasy Fridays. Where are our friends? Ooh, I guess she's taking it off. So let's see, we've got Marvel Rivals, Big Kitty Little City. Yeah, I think we're gonna raid Marvel Rivals. Just because it's the new hotness, and we want to see how it goes. Speaking of fun accents, let's raid Jafaza. He's got a fun Australian accent, which I really appreciate. It's fun experiencing the adventure alongside you. Hope you have lots of fun with the journey, and have a great day. You too, Thanatos. Have a great day. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.